Hey folks, welcome back. In this video tutorial, we solve exercise number 4-6. In this exercise, part arrive at a single workstation system which follows the exponential distribution and the processing time of each part follows the triangular distribution. There was 10% chance that parts determined to be the good product and sent out to the system, and there are 14% chance that all parts fail the inspection process and sent to the scrap, and the inspection time distribution follow the Weibull distribution. So we need to calculate the following stats, which is the number of good part, number of scrap parts, and the number of parts that receive the thorough inspection. So let's move back to the arena home screen to solve this problem. Okay, so this one is the arena model window, and let's run it before constructing the model. So here you can see parts enter to the system and it follows the logic as described in the textbook problem. So how we can create it? So for creating the model, simply go to the basic processes template and insert the create module. Rename it as the create parts and define the entity type as parts. The time between arrival distribution as prescribed in the problem is exponential distribution, which follows the 21.5 seconds, and the first creation time is 0. Click OK, then move to the second template, which is the process template. Simply drag through it, rename it, and add the operator, initial processing operator, I name it, and then the time which is being followed through this process is triangular distribution, and these are the stats 16, 19, and 22. Click OK. Okay, so our next module is the inspection module, in which we have a 10% chance that the part will follow this route and move to the thorough inspection process, and the 90% chance that the part didn't need any thorough inspection and leave the system as a good part as prescribed in the problem. Here I have mentioned as a 10% under the true condition. So the part which actually follow this uh, route, they are moved to the another processing station, name it as the thorough inspection. We have add an inspector as a resource, and the distribution is the Weibull distribution. You can simply right click on it, build expression, and under random distribution you can make it. Click OK, and then we have another decision module, and in this module we have 14% of chance of the part move as to the scrap, and the remaining percentage of the parts move to this route and leave the system as a good part. So the 14% parts leave the system as a scrap. So we have to calculate three different stats. First one is the number of parts that receive a thorough inspection, number of parts that were scrapped, and the number of parts that were produced. So how we can do that? To do that, move to this animate toolbar and click this variable button, and from this variable button we have different expressions predefined, or you can also build it by clicking this build expression button. Click on it, and we want to calculate the dispose at the scrap. So it is automatically shown here, that is as the dispose at scrap dot number out. It is predefined build expression. Simply click on it and then click OK, and here we go. So by repeating the same procedure, you can add another stat which is linked to the good parts out of the system dot number out. Click OK, and here we go. So these two sets are pretty simple. Okay, so the next one is the thorough inspection process. Click on it and then click build expression, move to process, number out, and our process is the thorough inspection process. Click OK, again OK, and then add it. So in this way you can define these three variables to calculate these three different kinds of numbers, and you can also change the formats as well as their colors and the many other cosmetic changes if you want. These are the 2D animation model. You can go through it, and if you want to learn how we can make these kind of animation, you can check my another playlist, which is simulation with arena, and you can learn the concept how we can make a 2D model. Move to the run setup and set these preset conditions as described in the problem, and then click OK. Last we have entity spreadsheet. Here change the initial picture as picture.redball. You can select any one of this list, whatever you like. We have two resources whose capacity is 1 as given in the problem, and we have two queues. That one is the initial processing process queue, and the other one is the thorough inspection processing queue. That's it. So it's time to run the model. So let's run it. So here you can see 90% of the chance, as mentioned in the problem, move as a good part out of the system, because we can visually inspect the parts, either they are good or not, as mentioned in the problem. So let's fast forward it to view the results. So here we go. We have the 44 number of parts that receive a thorough inspection, and we have the 4 number of parts that were scrapped, and we have 441 number of parts that were out to the system as a good product. If you like this video, consider subscribing. Signing off, Asim Amjad.